Hi kids, it's time to learn with Miss Kaye. Today we're going to learn about some sea animals and creatures as we read the story of A House for Hermit Crab. Are you ready to listen? Come and get your cozy place and listen and learn, of course, with Miss Kaye. A House for Hermit Crab by Eric Carle. Do you see the hermit crab? This is a hermit crab on the cover. "Time to move," said Hermit Crab one day in January. "I've grown too big for this little shell." He had felt safe and snug in his shell, but now it was too snug. Snug means it's too tight. Hermit Crab stepped out of the shell and onto the floor of the ocean. But it was frightening out in the open sea without a shell to hide in. "What if a big fish comes along and attacks me?" he thought. "I must find a new house soon." So this is a hermit crab. The hermit crab is trying to get out of its shell. Let's see how a hermit crab looks like. Hermit crab. This is a hermit crab. So now that the hermit crab doesn't have a shell, it must find a new house soon. Let's find out if he will find a new house. Oh, before we move on to the story, can we say hi to the fish? Let's wave hi to the fish. Hi, fish! It's a school of fish. So Hermit Crab decided to move out of his shell in January. Can you please say January? January is the first month of the year. So now Hermit Crab doesn't have a shell. He must find a new house. Let's continue with the story. Early in February, Hermit Crab found just the house he was looking for. It was a big shell and strong. He moved right in, wiggling and waggling about inside it to see how it felt. It felt just right. But it looks so plain, thought Hermit Crab. So Hermit Crab found a shell in February. Can you please say February? February. So the second month of the year is February. Oh, look! Hermit Crab has a new house now. Remember, he found a big shell in February. Now let's continue the story. In March, Hermit Crab met some sea anemones. They swayed gently back and forth in the water. "How beautiful you are," said Hermit Crab. "Would one of you be willing to come and live on my house? It is so plain. It needs you." "I'll come," whispered a small sea anemone. Gently, Hermit Crab picked it up with his claw and put it on his shell. So these are sea anemones. Sea anemones. Let's see how sea anemones look like in real life. Sea anemone. Sea anemone. So this happened in March. March is the third month of the year. Can we please say March? March. So now Hermit Crab has a big shell and sea anemone. In April, Hermit Crab passed a flock of starfish moving slowly along the sea floor. "How handsome you are," said Hermit Crab. "Would one of you be willing to decorate my house?" "I would," signaled a little sea star. Carefully, Hermit Crab picked it up with his claw and put on his house. So this is a flock of starfish. Starfish. This is a starfish. So Hermit Crab saw the starfish in April. Can you please say April? April is the 4th month of the year. In May, Hermit Crab discovered some corals. They were hard and didn't move. "How pretty you are," said Hermit Crab. "Would one of you be willing to help make my house more beautiful?" "I would," creaked a crusty coral. Gingerly, Hermit Crab picked it up with his claw and placed it on his shell. So these are corals. Corals. So Hermit Crab saw corals in May. Can you please say May? In June, Hermit Crab came to a group of snails crawling over a rock on the ocean floor. They grazed as they went, picking up algae and bits of debris and leaving a neat path behind them. "How tidy and hardworking you are," said Hermit Crab. "Would one of you be willing to come and help clean my house?" "I would," offered one of the snails. Happily, Hermit Crab picked it up with his claw and placed it on his shell. So these are snails. So this is a group of snails. Snail. This is a snail. Hermit Crab saw the snails in June. Can you please say June? June. In July, Hermit Crab came upon several sea urchins. They had sharp, prickly needles. "How fierce you look," said Hermit Crab. "Would one of you be willing to protect my house?" "I would," answered a spiky sea urchin. Gratefully, Hermit Crab picked it up with his claw and placed it near his shell. These are sea urchins, and the sea urchins are sharp. Let's see how a sea urchin looks like in real life. Sea urchin. So Hermit Crab saw the sea urchins in July. Can you please say July? July. In August, Hermit Crab and his friends wandered into a forest of seaweed. So this is the forest of seaweed. "It's so dark here," thought Hermit Crab. "How dim it is," murmured the sea anemone. "How gloomy it is," whispered the starfish. Can you see where the starfish is? Where are you, starfish? Ah, the starfish is right there. "How murky it is," complained the coral. "I can't see," said the... What is this? Snail. "It's like nighttime," cried the sea urchin. So this is a seaweed. Now let's see how seaweed looks like in real life. This is a seaweed. Seaweed. So Hermit Crab and his friends wandered into a forest of seaweed in what month? August. Can you please say August? August. In September, Hermit Crab spotted a school of lanternfish darting through the dark water. "How bright you are," said Hermit Crab. "Would one of you be willing to light up our house?" "I would," replied one lanternfish, and it swam over near the shell. These are lanternfish. This is a school of lanternfish. Lanternfish. So Hermit Crab saw the lanternfish in September. Can you please say September? September. In October, Hermit Crab approached a pile of smooth pebbles. "How sturdy you are," said Hermit Crab. "Would you mind if I rearrange you?" "Not at all," answered the pebbles. Hermit Crab picked them up one by one with his claw and built a wall around his shell. "Now my house is perfect," cheered Hermit Crab. "So this is a pile of pebbles." Pebbles. So Hermit Crab saw a pile of pebbles in October. Can you please say October? October. But in November, Hermit Crab felt that his shell seemed a bit too small. Little by little, over the year, Hermit Crab had grown. Soon, he would have to find another, bigger home. But he had come to love his friends. The sea anemone, the starfish, the coral, the sea urchin, the snail, the lanternfish, and even the smooth pebbles. "They have been so good to me," thought Hermit Crab. "They are like a family. How can I ever leave them? Oh." And this happened in November. Can you please say November? November. In December, a smaller hermit crab passed by. "I have outgrown my shell," she said. "Would you know of a place for me?" "I have outgrown my house too," answered the hermit crab. "I must move on. You are welcome to live here, but you must promise to be good to my friends." "I promise," said the little crab. The hermit crab met a smaller hermit crab in December. Can you please say December? December. The following January, Hermit Crab stepped out and the little crab moved in. "Couldn't stay in that little shell forever," said Hermit Crab as he waved goodbye. The ocean floor looked wider than he had remembered. But Hermit Crab wasn't afraid. Soon he spied the perfect house, a big empty shell. It looked, well, a little plain, but... "Sponges," he thought. "Barnacles, clownfish, sand dollars, electric eels. Oh, there are so many possibilities. I can't wait to get started." The end. And that's the story of A House for Hermit Crab.